I'd like to kick off with just mentioning some of the dignitaries that have joined us. And I'd like to start with those that have taken their time from our trade consuls. From Mexico, we have Bernice Diaz-Sabalos. Representing Germany, we have Thomas May. From Ecuador, we have Hernan Valverde. From Canada, we have Cristina de Castro. And from China, we have Liu Haiyan and Guo Yu. Also with us today are other dignitaries from our elected offices, representing Jackie Irwin, Representative Jackie Irwin. We have Julia Justus, Vice President. With our local communities, with the Mayor Pro Tem, City of Fort Hueneme, we have Mr. John Sharkey with us. Mayor of Santa Paula, Martin Hernandez. And I'd also like to mention our former Executive Director, Bill Hunter, who's with us. With our customer base here, it's our customers that make us thrive and bring all the trade that comes through our great port. We have from pool carriers, again, oh, this is, what are you doing to me, Will? CIB, CSD, PHWA, AWA. Keep more. Also, pool carriers, we have Ria Sim. With Del Monte Fresh, we have Chuck Hawkins. With Track Time, we have Captain John Bushett. Channel Islands Logistics, we have Stephen Hutchins. And just joining us from our fine Congresswoman's office, Julie Brown, is Brad Preston. Thank you. So to get our festivities started, I'd like to call our Harbor Commissioner. Our leadership is here, who makes our engine work. Commissioner Mooney, please come to the podium to deliver opening remarks. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So happy that all of you are here. It's a packed house. Our operations guy is not in the room, so we don't have to worry about too many people in the room. So thanks for being here to help us celebrate World Trade Week 2016. As your Harbor Commissioner, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome you here to our port. And on behalf of the entire board of Harbor Commissioners, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with us as we celebrate World Trade. As you know, the Port of Hueneme is one of the most productive ports and the efficient commercial trade gateways here in the West Coast. Our customers, we just heard announced, bring in more than $9 billion, that's a B, billion dollars of goods each year. And that ranks us in the top 10 seaports in the nation for automobiles and fresh fruit. So we're real proud of our customers, and I do want to say to our Del Monte customer, 2 ships have gone down carrying relief goods to the country of Ecuador. So thank you to Del Monte. I also would like to give an acknowledgement to the members and friends of the World Affairs Council who are here today. So if you don't mind, just waving your hands so we know who's in the room for World Affairs. Oh, thanks for being here. Great. So as a holder of the World Trade Center license here in Austin, we continually seek to support our business community in moving our great products to international markets. And we have joined forces with California University and the Economic Development Collaborative of Ventura County to maximize the World Trade Center license. So I would like to thank Bruce Densley from the EDC and Dr. Gerhardt from COU for your energy and your hard work in helping us to develop the World Trade Center strategy. Thank you. It is this combined effort that has driven us to the theme we have today. celebrate world trade, agriculture, local success, and global strength. Our panel discussions will hone in on our unique approach to leveraging our World Trade Center license through a research model. We launched this initiative with our county's mighty agricultural sector. We got mighty ones in the room today. As we look forward to hearing from you, the leaders in your industry. Also seeing our friends here from the U.S. Department of Commerce and also the District Export Council. And say hi to Richard Swanson and David Habib. Thank you for taking the opportunity to work together with us in the partnership that we've developed. We're working together as we support the National Export Initiative and also the Look South Initiative. In support of both of those initiatives, we've traveled down to South America on 2 occasions in the last 2 years, where we developed sister port relationships with the Port of Bolivar in Ecuador and also with the Port of Ensenada in Mexico. Thank you. Pardon? Oh, okay. Port of Ensenada, right? Okay. So I do want to acknowledge representative from Ecuador's Consul's Office, Ana Valverde. Thank you for being here. And also from the Mexico Consul General's Bernice. Thank you for taking time to be with us this morning. We look forward to hearing from you too, as you're going to talk about how we're building trade between our two countries. It's really great to see all of you here today. I appreciate you being here. And it's our collective partnership that drives the trade into our local economy in the most sustainable, environmentally friendly way. So with good friends and good neighbors, together we will continue to do great things. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here on the 21st anniversary of my wedding to my husband, Tom Brady.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, thank you for your everybody in front of them has a press release. And we just want to point your attention to this because we had a recent update of our economic assessment where the findings are just amazing. And over the last 4 years, since 2012, when we initiated our study, our job count here to report for trade-related activities at 25%. So we've gone from supporting 10,226 jobs to 13,632 jobs. So really, so I wanted to share that with you and to take it to the next level to tell you all the activities going on at the court. In terms of trade activity, we have none other than our Business Development Director, Donna Macayo. Donna came to us about 2 years ago from the private sector. She really understands the inside trade lanes, knows what she's doing, and she's really helping put the Port of Hueneme on the map. So please share all with us.
Everyone, good to see very many familiar faces here, a lot of friends, a lot of customers, we appreciate the support. So as a presentation, we have some very exciting news to share with you. It's a good time because we actually just released our updated economic analysis for the impact that this port has been moving forward earlier this year. Basically, our economic impact has grown from 1 million the last time we did this economic analysis in 2012 to 1.5 million. Supported jobs, which include direct, indirect, induced jobs, innovative jobs, is actually grown over 4,000 in those few years. As Kristen mentioned, the count now is 18,633. And we also contributed with over 60 million in state and local taxes for maritime facilities. And this is not just for us, our customers, this is all the businesses that are related to us. So this is going to be thankful for us to have to achieve those goals. So how are we doing? We had a great year last year. It was an all-time record high of cargo business report. We did over 1.5 million cargo tons, and total cargo increased by 10%. For a record year ever. A lot of it had to do with the fresh food components. I'm going to show you why. Before I get there, though, I wanted to share with you how our central only 20% of the tonnage is actually ours. But when you look at the revenue side of that, we can account of 55% of the revenue coming from ours. And on the other side, it is food and fertilizer as well. We had a great year. Overall, the sector was up by 5% to 10,000 metric tons. 810,000 metric tons. The bananas were pretty much flat. They didn't change. When you buy a banana in a good economy, bad economy, they're pretty inelastic to what happens in the economy. But what also affected this number is some fruits are actually shipping in here that we might from Los Angeles and Long Beach.
We can't hear you back here.
Oh, I'm sorry. You don't hear me?
No, they're not hearing you.
Okay. I'll speak louder. Sorry for the guys that are closer. Okay. So basically, the first thing we did, because we had some diverted ships into Port of Hueneme, it was Chilean imported fruit, and we also had some fruit exports done through here. A few years ago, we used to get the pictures on a regular basis. However, we got it back last year, so that's why you see the numbers correct. The citrus went to Korea and Japan. How are we doing in our auto sector? Another record year. Why? The economy is great, dollar is strong, exports were low for us in the previous year. However, the imported autos mainly from Germany and Korea were really strong. The 321,000 autos, which was a record year. We also export here to Japan. And we only have 20 representatives. So last year at this meeting, we told you we're doing this strategic plan and we're involving our stakeholders, we're moving our customers to come up with strategies for the next 5 years. And we did come up with scenario plans, and basically they look at 30 years from now and identify common operational requirements and potential bottlenecks, and also sets potential performance objectives for future program action plans. So we have different scenarios depending on how the market develops. We could go more into the bulk perishable side. We could go more into extended terminal footprint. We could go into shift to containerization. We've seen a lot of food go into containers, not so much freight for it. But we're ready for it. What are we doing going forward? We continue to work with our strategic partners, all of you here. We continue to build on those relationships and involve the community, the customers, in order to continue to prosper. And we value as a great partner, and we look forward to continued conversations, discussions, and how we can grow trade. And again, thank you very much for being here today. We wouldn't be here without you.
Good, so yes, a lot of exciting things going on at the port. We're really pleased with the increases in cargo activity, increases in numbers. For those of you who have not heard me say this, if you line up all the bananas that come through the port, it's enough to go around the world 12.5 times. So we certainly move a lot of bananas through the port on an annual basis. And just also in terms of the automobile trade, again, the numbers are real high, record year. Last year we did 320,000 automobiles. This year we're looking at 340,000. Continue to box, and we're really excited to thank our customers for all their support. With that, we're going to get into the part of our discussion today and really celebrate our World Trade Center license and the initiatives that we've been working on in the agricultural sector here in Ventura County. And our first panel is really going to build and share with you all what we've been doing specific to the license and how we're trying to capitalize on the investment that we make on an annual basis to hold this license. So with us, we have Ray Bowman, who's the director of the SBDC, and help me with that acronym, is the Small Business Development Center. Yes. Ray specializes in helping SBDC clients with business plans, business financing, business startup, general business, global trade, management, and sales and marketing. He has been an SBDC advisor since 2008 and is now the director of the EBC SBDC since starting November 2010. He's also an entrepreneur. He owns many of his own successful businesses. His current business, he provides international trade consulting and training to the business community. So he's a hot shot when it comes to trade. All right. Also with Ray to do this panel discussion is Kurt Lesh. He's a member of the Cal Lutheran University faculty. He teaches undergraduate and graduate courses in CLU School of Management. Along with 2 other economists, he's helped launch CLU's Master of Science in Quantitative Economics and program. And they've really been quite a stellar team to move this WTC folder. It's been a little idle for a while. It's got real momentum in legs now, so we're thrilled to see this program moving forward and look forward to hearing what you're doing. Please take it away.
So we were looking at how we would position our World Trade Center, and how we could most make a difference for the international trade community, how we could make the best impact. And one of the things that drove our conversation into looking at a research-based World Trade Center is the fact that there's so many good exporters here in Ventura County and Santa Barbara County. There's so many great resources. I mean, if you look around the room, we have the District Export Council, U.S. Department of Commerce. We have representation from the SBA, and all of these partners, the collaborations that we have with Cal Lutheran University and their efforts in international trade. So the one thing that we realize we don't have a shortage of is resources and expertise, and companies engaged in international business who are driving the economy. What we do have, though, is a mismatch of all these resources. A lot of these resources are here, and they've never met each other. Or a lot of our exporters have resources at their disposal that they don't know are there. So one of the things that we focused on was we don't have a resource problem, we have a resource allocation problem. And how do we make the World Trade Center help deal with that challenge? So the structure of our World Trade Center involves 3 different partners for this research-based model. It involves the Economic Development Collaborative of Ventura County, and my role in it, I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center. For those of you who don't know, we consult about 600 businesses throughout Ventura and Santa Barbara County. The ECDC also has a very active loan program with over 10 different loan programs that we operate, workforce training. So we're very engaged with the business community, and part of our role in this is helping coordinate the project, coordinate the interns that are going to be involved with the research project. So that's part of our role with this. At the same time, if you're doing data analysis, if you're doing any kind of research, you need credible partners to do it. And for that, we have, we're just so blessed to have an institution like Cal Lutheran University with the economic school that they have, the expertise that Kurt brings. It's just been a joy for me. Kind of on the side, I'm working at my PhD, so I've got a newfound appreciation of people who really know data, and it's just great to do.
Yes, folks. Representing Germany, we have Thomas May. From Ecuador, we have Hernan Valverde. From Canada, we have Christina de Castro. And from China, we have Liu Haiyan and Guo Yu. Also with us today are other dignitaries from our elected offices, representing Jackie Ehrman, Representative Jackie Ehrman. We have Julia Justus, Vice President. With our local communities, with the Mayor Pro Tem, City Fort Hueneme, we have Mr. John Sharkey with us. Mayor of Santa Paula, Martin Hernandez. And I'd also like to mention our former Executive Director, Bill Hunter, who's with us. With our customer base here, it's our customers that make us thrive and bring all the trade that comes through our great ports. We have from pool carriers, again, oh, this is, what are you doing to me, Will? CIB, CSD, PHWA, AWA. Keep Office, Julie Brown, is broadcast. Thank you. So to get our festivities started, I'd like to call our Harbor Commissioner. Our leadership is here, who makes our engine work. Commissioner Lindy, please come to the podium to deliver opening remarks. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So happy that all of you are here. It's a packed house. Our operations guy is not in the room, so we don't have to worry about too many people in the room. So thanks for being here to help us celebrate World Trade Week 2016. As your Harbor Commissioner, it's my pleasure and honor to welcome you here to our port. And on behalf of the entire board of Harbor Commissioners, thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with us as we celebrate World Trade. As you know, the Port of Hueneme is one of the most productive ports and the efficient commercial trade gateways here in the West Coast. Our customers, we just heard announced, bring in more than $9 billion, that's a B, billion dollars of goods each year. And that ranks us in the top 10 seaports in the nation for automobiles and fresh fruit. So we're real proud of our customers, and I do want to say to our Del Monte customer, 2 ships have gone down carrying relief goods to the country of Ecuador. So thank you to Del Monte. I also would like to give an acknowledgement to the members and friends of the World Affairs Council who are here today. So if you don't mind, just waving your hands so we know who's in the room for World Affairs. Oh, thanks for being here. Great. So as a holder of the World Trade Center license here in Austin, we continually seek to support our business community in moving our great products to international markets. And we have joined forces with California University and the Economic Development Collaborative of Ventura County to maximize the World Trade Center license. So I would like to thank Bruce Bensley from the EDC and Dr. Gerhardt from CLU for your energy and your hard work in helping us to develop the World Trade Center strategy. Thank you. It is this combined effort that has driven us to the theme of the event today. Celebrate world trade, agriculture, local success, and global strength. Our panel discussions will hone in on our unique approach to leveraging our World Trade Center license through a research model. We launched this initiative with our county's mighty agricultural center. We got mighty ones in the room today. As we look forward to hearing from you, the leaders in your industry. Also seeing our friends here from the U.S. Department of Commerce and also the District Export Council. I want to say hi to Richard Swanson and David Habib. Thank you for taking the opportunity to work together with us in the partnership that we've developed. And working together as we support the National Export Initiative and also the Look South Initiative. In support of both of those initiatives, we've traveled down to South America on 2 occasions in the last 2 years. Where we developed sister port relationships with the Port of Bolivar in Ecuador and also with the Port of Ensenada in Mexico. Thank you. Pardon? Oh, okay. Port of Ensenada, right. Okay. So I do want to acknowledge a representative from Ecuador's Consul's Office and Valverde. Thank you for being here. And also from the Mexico Consul General's Bernice. Thank you for taking time to be with us this morning. We look forward to hearing from you too, as you're going to talk about how we're building trade between our two countries. It's really great to see all of you here today. I appreciate you being here. And it's our collective partnership that drives the trade into our local economy in the most sustainable, environmentally friendly way. So with good friends and good neighbors, together we will continue to do great things. And I'd like to thank all of you for being here on the 21st anniversary of my wedding to my husband, Tom Brady.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, thank you for your everybody in Cumberland has a press release. And we just want to point your attention to this because we had a recent update of our economic assessment where the findings are just amazing. And over the last 4 years, since 2012, when we initially did our study, our job count here through the course of the trade-related activities is 25%. So we've gone from supporting 10,226 jobs to 13,632 jobs. So really, so I wanted to share that with you and to take it to the next level, to tell you all the activities going on at the port. In terms of trade activity, we have none other than our Business Development Director, Donna Macayo. Donna came to us about 2 years ago from the private sector. She really understands the inside trade lanes, knows what she's doing, and she's really hoping to put the port on the own. So, please share all with us.
Everyone, good to see very many familiar faces here, a lot of friends, a lot of customers, we appreciate it. So as a presentation question, we have some very exciting news to share with you. It's a good time because we actually just released our updated economic analysis for the impact that this port has been moving harbor related to. Basically, our economic impact has grown from 1 billion in the last time we did this economic analysis in 2012 to 1.5 supported jobs, which includes direct, indirect, induced jobs, and related jobs, is actually grown over 10,000 in those few years. As Kristen mentioned, the count now is 18,633. And we also contributed with over 60 million in state and local taxes for maritime facilities. And this is not just for our customers, this is all the businesses that are related to it. So this is really neat. Thank you all for us to achieve those goals. So how are we doing? We had a great year last year. It was an all-time record high of cargo business report. We did over 1.5 million cargo tons, and total cargo increased by 10%. For a record year ever. A lot of it had to do with the pressure we had. I'm going to show you why. Before I get there, though, I wanted to share with you how our sector determines versus revenue. So if you compare cruise and the hours, which is our major customers here, we do about 42% of cargo tonnage in the United States. Only 20% of the tonnage is actually hours. But when you look at the revenue side of that, we can account 55% of the revenue coming from our hours. And on the other side, it is food and fertilizer is water. We had a great year. Overall, the sector was up by 5% to 10,000 metric tons. The bananas were pretty much flat. They were unchanged. When you buy a banana in a good economy, bad economy, they're pretty inelastic to what happens in the economy. But what also affected this number is some fruits are actually shipping here that we imported from Los Angeles and Long Beach.
We can't hear you back
How's
here.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You don't hear me?
No, they're not hearing us.
Okay. I'll speak louder. Sorry for the guys that are closer. Okay. So basically, the first thing we did, because we had some diverted ships to Port of Hueneme, it was Chilean imported fruit, and we also had some fruit exports done through here. A few years ago, we used to have those pictures on a regular basis. However, we got it back last year, so that's why you see the numbers for it. The citrus went to Korea and Japan. How are we doing in our auto sector? Another record year. Why? The economy is great, dollar is strong, exports were a little less than the previous year. However, the imported autos mainly from Germany and Korea were really strong. The 321,000 autos equal the revenue that we also export units to Japan. And we only have 20 representatives here. So last year at this meeting, we told you we're doing this strategic plan and we're involving a lot of stakeholders, we're doing the moving our customers. So to come up with strategies for the next 5 years. And we did come up with scenario plans, and basically they look at 30 years from now and identify common operational requirements, potential bottlenecks, and also sets potential performance objectives for future formatting plans. So we have different scenarios depending on how the market develops. We could go more into the bulk perishable side. We could go more into extended terminal footprint. We could go into shift to containerization. We've seen a lot of food go into containers, not so much transport, but we're ready for it. What are we doing going forward? We continue to work with our strategic partners, all of you here. We continue to build on those relationships and involve the community, the customers, in order to continue to prosper. We value as a great we value as a great partner, and we look forward to continued conversations, discussions, and how we can grow trade. And again, thank you very much for being here today. We wouldn't be here without you.
Good, so yes, a lot of exciting things going on at the port. We're really pleased with the increases in cargo activity, increases in numbers. For those of you who have not heard me say this, if you line up all the bananas that come through the port, it's not to go around the whole 12-minute time. So we certainly move a lot of bananas through the port on an annual basis, and just also in terms of the automobile trade, again, the numbers are real high, record year. Last year we did 320,000 automobiles. This year we're looking at 340,000. So continue to evolve, and we're really excited to thank our customers for all this. With that, we're going to get into the part of our discussion today and really celebrate our World Trade Center license and the initiatives that we've been working on in the agricultural sector here in Ventura County. And our first panel is really going to build and share with you all what we've been doing specific to the license and how we're trying to capitalize on the investment that we make on an annual basis to hold this license. So with us, we have Ray Bowman, who's the director of the SBDC, and help me with that acronym, is the Small Business Development Center. Yes. Ray specializes in helping SBDC clients with business plans, business financing, business startup, general business, global trade, management, and sales and marketing. He has been an SBDC advisor since 2008 and is now the director of the EDC SBDC since starting November 2010. He's also an entrepreneur. He owns many of his own successful businesses. His current business, he provides international trade consulting and training to the business community. So he's a hot shot when it comes to trade. All right. Also with Ray to lead this panel discussion is Kurt Lesh. He's a member of the Cal Lutheran University faculty. He teaches undergraduate and graduate courses in CLU School of Management. Along with two other economists, he's helped launch CLU's Master of Science in Quantitative Economics and program, and they've really been quite a stellar team to move this WTC folder. It's been a little idle for a while. It's got real momentum and legs now, so we're thrilled to see this program moving forward and look forward to hearing what you're doing. So please take it home.
So we were looking at how we would position our World Trade Center, and how we could most make a difference for the international trade community, how we could make the best impact. And one of the things that drove our conversation in looking at a research-based World Trade Center is the fact that there's so many good exporters here in Ventura County and Santa Barbara County. There's so many great resources. I mean, if you look around the room, we have the District Export Council, U.S. Department of Commerce. We have representation from the SBA, and all of these partners, the collaborations that we have with Cal Lutheran University and their efforts in international trade. So the one thing that we realize we don't have a shortage of is resources and expertise, and companies engaged in international business for driving the economy. What we do have, though, is mismatched all these resources. A lot of these resources are here, and they've never met each other. Or a lot of our exporters have resources at their disposal that they don't know there. So one of the things that we focused on was we don't have a resource problem, we have a resource allocation problem. And how do we make the World Trade Center help deal with that challenge? So The structure of our World Trade Center involves 3 different partners for this research-based model. It involves the Economic Development Collaborative of Ventura County, and my role in it, I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center. For those of you who don't know, we consult about 600 businesses throughout Ventura and San Barbara County. The EDCDC also has a very active loan program with over 10 different loan programs that we operate, workforce training. So we're very engaged with the business community, and part of our role in this is helping to coordinate the project, coordinate the interns that are going to be involved in the research project. So that's part of our role with this. At the same time, if you're doing data analysis, if you're doing any kind of research, you need credible partners to do it. And for that, we have, we're just so blessed to have an institution like Hamilton University with the economic school that they have, the expertise that Kurt brings. It's just been a joy for me. Kind of on the side, I'm working at my PhD, so I've got a newfound appreciation of people who really know data, and it's just great to be with.
Hueneme company, established in Santa Paula, and I had to underline this number, in 1893, because I keep wanting to say 1983. Harold was not there then. Well, it is one of the longest running companies, and I didn't say oldest companies in Ventura County. It's clearly organized around sustainability-related issues and stewardship, which is an extraordinary value for us. They are one of the nation's largest providers of lemons and avocados and all other sorts of fruit. Finally, not last, closest to us on this end is Rob Bertels, Vice President of Marketing at Mission Produce. You know them? They're just up the road in Oxnard. Established in 1983, I believe. They've quickly become a worldwide leader in global sourcing, packing, and distribution network. Their new facility in Oxnard is absolutely state-of-the-art in technology. It is matched only by their savvy in marketing, which is Rob's world. We appreciate that. We're thrilled to have all you here. Rob, why don't we start with you, and then we'll go right down the line. I will get out of the way, and then come back up in a few moments after these folks have educated you. Thank you.
Again, my name is Rob Bertels. I'm Vice President of Marketing for Mission. Running a little video snippet of some of the grows. I don't know, a lot of people really, even though they're from here, don't pay attention to avocados. They're just out there. So I just wanted to kind of show, like, oh, it's locked up. But anyway, I wanted to show, there we go, what some of the avocado ranches look like. I'm with Mission Produce. The company was established in 1983 here in Oxnard, and really had a little bit of a heritage in a variety of different agricultural commodities, but primarily in avocados. The company's been around for about 33 years, and we've grown from a small shipper of avocados to a global enterprise where we're a grower, packer, and shipper of avocados. Headquartered in Oxnard. As Bruce mentioned, we have a new packing facility over on Camino del Sol. It's about a 230,000 square foot packing plant with ripening rooms and logistics capabilities. Solar panels on the roof. It's really quite an enterprise. We source avocados from California, but also from Mexico and from Peru and from Chile and from New Zealand. And even though we're based here in California, we're really a global company that we sell fruit from California to export markets, but also keep a lot of it here in the U.S. We also import from Mexico and export from Mexico to Europe and to Asia. We grow in Peru and bring some of that fruit in here to the U.S. As a matter of fact, we've got 3 containers arriving this afternoon. Here at Port Hueneme, I believe we brought in 1 last season, and this is the beginning of the season with the fruit coming in here. So we've got fruit arriving here from Peru, but we also export from Peru to Europe. We have operations in Chile, and we'll bring product from Chile to Europe, Chile to the U.S. We actually export from California and Mexico to Chile, and also to Asia. So we've got a lot of action going around the globe. Here in the U.S., we have our distribution facility here in Oxnard. We also have 7 additional facilities around the country in Denver, Seattle, Chicago, Atlanta, Dallas, and New Jersey. We're expanding our ripening and distribution facilities, building a new facility in Calgary, Canada, and we're also embarking on delivering ripe fruit in the Chinese market, and we're building a ripe distribution center in Shanghai that is in the works right now. So I was trying to think of some numbers that I could share because we're a privately held company, and I see you may not be too happy with me if I talk about but odds are in the U.S. market, if you see an avocado in the store, there's a 1 in 4 chance that it's a piece of mission fruit. I was trying to do the math too, based on the lug volume. A lug is a 25-pound box of avocados. And just in my head in general, we'll move about 500 million pounds of avocados globally, which equates to $1.5 billion individual pieces of fruit. So the company has really grown quite a bit. I was talking to Harold, who was with Mission a few years back, and I think you were telling me in the mid-90s the company was $60-70 million revenue company. I will say we're past that. Let's say a factor of 10. So, but interestingly, we're all avocados all the time. That's basically what we do. We bring fruit in, we send fruit out from a lot of different points around the globe, and that's really our expertise in logistics and handling and ripening. We work with large retail customers all over the world, whether it's a Ralph's or a supermarket. Also, quite a bit goes to food service. So if you go to a Chipotle and get a burrito, we make the additional carbo on there. So we're fairly well distributed between retail and wholesale and food service. So that's kind of our footprint in the business, and I will turn it over. All right, very good.
Welcome everybody. I'm Harold Edwards, the CEO of the Hueneme Company, and as Rob pointed out, I used to be the Chief Financial Officer of Mission Produce. Once they got me out of the way, the company was finally able to start. So well done, congratulations. I'm really honored to be here, and I just want to begin by giving a special shout out of thanks, but also congratulations to the Port of Hueneme. I think it's one of the greatest gems in Ventura County. I think you guys are just starting. I took a tour earlier this morning with Will, who toured me around the facility. And it was so exciting to see how much business you're doing right now. So I'm excited to see all those empty cold storage facilities out there. Hueneme was founded in 1893, and its purpose was to become the country's first large-scale citrus producer of fresh citrus. There's a big difference between processed citrus and fresh citrus. It's much more difficult, but also much more valuable if you can produce and sell fresh citrus. And for about 117 years, we worked very closely with our go-to-market partner, who we also were part of the founding of, which is Sunkist Growers, which was based down in Sherman Oaks and now is in Valencia, California. We're the largest producer of lemons in the United States, the largest producer of avocados, as well as a large orange producer as well. In 2010, the Securities and Exchange Commission said we had too many shareholders to be a privately held company. We had to go public. So we went public by listing on the NASDAQ Global Exchange, and after 117 years of keeping our kimono closed, opened it to the world. So now you know everything about me, but I know very little about you. That's the great news about that is we embraced the capital markets, and by taking the company public, gained access to a new source of capital for our growth. We are extremely excited about the potential of global growth. In 2003, when I became the CEO of the company, we took inventory of where we sat in the world citrus production and citrus marketing, and took inventory of the way the world was changing. And we realized that we really needed to change what we do if we really wanted to be around for the next 100 years. And the old model was, let's go ahead and grow a bunch of really high quality citrus, let's build massive storage facilities where we could store this really high quality citrus. And then when the markets got short around the world, we would arbitrage the fruit into these high value markets. And that worked great, except all of a sudden the world started to change and the world gained access to new sources of production and supply around the world. And so we realized that our competitive advantage by being a producer here in Ventura County, as we all know, very, very beautiful place to live. On a good day, about an hour and 15 minutes north of LAX. But with 25 million people just to the south of us, that the urban pressures of being able to be a low-cost producer in this part of the world was going to be tough. So we realized that if we really wanted to survive, we needed to embrace a global model, and so that's exactly what we did. And in order to become global and to be global, we needed to change the idea of being a part-time year-round producer into becoming a year-round producer and transition our company to becoming a supplier of high-quality citrus year-round. So that meant doing business in different parts of the world, producing and sourcing in different parts of the world, which we also began to do, and now do that every day of the year. So even though we're based in Santa Paula, we have operations in Ventura County, we have operations up in the San Joaquin Valley. We recently made investments in Yuma, Arizona to capture a part of production that's critical for our year-round supply chain that comes off in the late summer and the early fall. We also have an operation in Mexico, in Chile, in Argentina, and most recently in South Africa. All of this is to complement the supply chain to create year-round supplies of the fruit that we sell to the markets that we sell to. The other thing that's going on in the world, there's two other dynamics that are worth mentioning. As the world gains greater prosperity and third world countries become second world countries become first world countries, I think we heard earlier that there is a massive explosion of middle-class spending power around the world. And if we look at the consumer opportunities and the ability to conduct trade and basically participate in that trade, we are right at the nexus of a really exciting time. And when you take it back to agriculture and agribusiness, you realize that we do not produce enough food in this world to feed an extraordinarily hungry world, especially when you consider that every day more and more of these consumers want to eat out in restaurants, they want to buy our food, and they want to go buy our food around the world in supermarkets that exist all over the world. So when you put all that together and then you think about the production and the supply chains that are being developed in the world, you realize that there's just an extraordinary opportunity. And I think the Port of Port Hueneme is sitting right at the perfect point to participate in all that. So well done to you guys. As it relates to our business, we've seen some significant growth recently. Our business has tripled in size over the last 5 years since we went public. We hit capacity constraints in our ability to package our fresh lemons recently, and so we've just made a significant investment in a new packing house that will double our capacity and be able to allow us to serve our markets in a much more efficient way, but also to take advantage of a lot of the growth opportunities that we talked about. I really couldn't be more proud to be doing all of this in Ventura County. This is the best place in the world to live, as all of you know, because you're here. And it's just really a great opportunity to be here. So thank you very much for hearing our story. And when you have a chance, please buy Hueneme lemons.
Hi everybody, my name is David Gonzalez, and you see, I speak a little funny, but I know Sofia Vergara, you know? The Fight Diamond was created in 2004 after 13 years of hard work in which our president, Alfred Figueroa, developed a global company in each country of Central America and plus Mexico, engaged production, import, and distribution of fruit and vegetables in this area. I will introduce our companies, starting with FD Farm. It's one of the sister companies located in Exeter. We are growers, we have grapes, red variety. In Costa Rica, we have 4 companies. The main company is Food International, is the importer and the marketer, is the leader in the market in Costa Rica. We have Fresa de Altura, we grow strawberry. Agroindustrial Tres Amigos is our bar from pineapples. And Tropicales del Valle is the packing house and the exporter. We have in certification Global Gap, Rainforest Alliance, BRC, Food Certification, and SMETA. In Guatemala, we have Grupo Dispersa, importer and marketing. Honduras, importadora de frutas de Honduras, importer and marketing, located in Tegucigalpa, San Pedro Sula, the two big city in Honduras. In Mexico, we have 3 companies. The first one in Guadalajara, we have Apanal Frutas y Vegetales. In Mexico City, Costa Rica, and in Monterrey, all of the main cities in Mexico, Frutal del Norte. In Nicaragua, we have Vegipac, it's an importer and exporter, Sucay mainly from Costa Rica. And in Panama, we have Importaciones Sago, is our last one, is the newest one in the holding. And to end in Salvador, we have Importadora de Frutas from El Salvador. As you see, the goal of Faitano was considered a conversion operation in the USA to prepare our group of companies to the process of globalization. This vision has allowed to Faitano to be the solid commercial branch in USA. Our group of company remain highly competitive and growing in every market at the same time. As how Faitano become a grower, because right now we have FD growers, and continue in the line of the develop in the fresh business. The main products we export from America to Central America and other countries: grapes, apples, stone fruit, cherries, citrus, potatoes, and onions, and other food. And eventually, our export is mainly focused to our companies, but also export to the other areas like South America and Asia. Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, Argentina, China, Singapore, Malaysia, among other countries. I don't remember all of them. Faitano also established itself as an importer. Right now, our sister company, Tropicales del Valle, from Costa Rica, produce and export over 6 million cases of fruit to Europe. And right now, we're increasing our participation in the used market since 2 years to the present. And Faitano is the commercial manager in the USA. And we believe the only key to success in export and import is a very complex scheme. First, a quality product. We don't have another change. Safety, adequate inland and logistic port, the right port, that we are here, competitive rates and service, and finally, work with business partners with whom we can grow. That complex key is the secret from Faitano. We work every day to make that figure. That's our company. We are located in the line of Nayay, as you say. Thank you.
That was fantastic. I heard several themes come out of there, not least of which was how each of these companies are diversified, how they are connected to the global food supply chain, how they have engaged in adaptation in multiple business models. The real question I wanted to ask, and I thought Rob was going there, is if he lined up all the avocados, how many times were they going to go? I thought you were there. And I thought I saw these guys doing something. We'd love to open it up to questions from all of you, and if you don't ask any, I will. Martine, you got it.
Thanks, Bruce. Thank you, gentlemen. That was very exciting. What, maybe each one of you can share your top or top 2 most challenging issues that face your company.
Question is about what are the top challenges that each of them, 1 or 2. Why don't we go ahead and start? David, you want to start there in the end?
I think so. One top challenge right now is we are in the food business. We don't work with choose a computer. We have always a different product. and maintain that and sustain that kind of quality is a very, very important. You have to have involved growers, all suppliers, to bring that quality close to the end, to the consumer. I think that's the main
Harold?
So can I say three?
You can improvise, yes.
Not in any particular order: water, pests, and regulation.
Yeah, not in any particular. That get to the point, Martin?
If you could drop the
Right.
mic, now you would.
Yeah.
That's right. All right.
I think for us, it's, right now, it's managing a consistent supply from whatever source can be required.
Thank you. Questions, please? Yes, ma'am.
So I'm a little biased because I'm a sustainability consultant, but two of you started with that in your introduction of your company, saying, you know, we're sustainably focused, or we have solar panels on our packing facility, which actually is kind of a little weird because 4 acres seems like a lot for that square footage, but we'll talk about that later. But what are you doing in terms of sustainability as your platform? So like, how is that affecting your operations as a company in the way that you operate as opposed to if you weren't a sustainability focused?
Every corner of the world. This week, let us renew our commitment to that mission and work together toward a future, greater opportunity for all. The President then finishes the proclamation by stating, "Now therefore, I, Barack Obama, President of the United States of America, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Constitution and the laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim May 15th to May 21st, 2016 as World Trade Week. I encourage all Americans to visit www.whitehouse.gov/trade and to observe this week with events, trade shows, and educational programs that celebrate and inform Americans about the benefits of trade in our nation and the global economy. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hands this 13th day of May in the year of our Lord 2016 and of the independence of the United States of America, the 240th. Barack Obama." Thank you all again for inviting me for hosting this. Thank you very much.
Now we're going to ask Richard Swanson to come up. There's not much that we can say about Richard Swanson other than he's an inspirational, very talented, very dedicated government service officer. Also happens to be extremely knowledgeable with respect to international trade, and he's also entertaining and encouraging.
Thank you, Big D. As you all notice, I need a haircut. Exactly what my wife said this morning. So it's coming, but just not today. In fact, I think my hair is, for the first time in 20 years we've been coming out here, right, Jerry? My hair is actually longer than Bruce's. Bruce are real hippie. So I just want to say thank you, Kristen, as always. You embody the spirit of world trade here. Marianne, thank you too for all the support. Will, thank you for your Chinese too, probably the best in the land here. I'm very fortunate. Congresswoman Brownlee's office as well, supporting our efforts in trade. Great proclamation, Priscilla. How excellent it is to have the youth of this area proclaim the benefits of trade. You hear a lot of banter and a lot of rhetoric about trade in this year, I think. And some of the big things that are coming out of this are going to benefit all of us. And as David had said, probably one of the biggest issues we're facing right now is just getting the word out on this Trans-Pacific partnership. This is a 21st century trade negotiated plan to benefit 12 countries. Now, who can mention all 12 countries right now? I'll list them right here, just so you know. There's the United States, there's Japan, there's Malaysia, there's Vietnam, there's Singapore, Brunei, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Chile, and Peru, and of course, Mexico. Now, 6 of those countries, we already have free trade agreements with. So it's the other 5 we're trying to bring into the mold so the 12 of us can trade on a platform that's free and fair. And the key components of this that are a little different We negotiated NAFTA, an Israeli free trade agreement, a Canadian free trade agreement, are things like IPR, intellectual property rights, labor laws, environmental protection. These things help companies sustain, right? So we want these things to be on a greater platform. And the other benefit of the Trans-Pacific Partnership, in my opinion, is that it leaves room for other countries to join. There are 28 other countries that are thinking about maybe stepping into this. And what this does on a procurement level gives everybody a level playing field. We can procure things in Argentina. Argentina can procure things here. We can procure things in this 12-country market. So I think all of us are trying to support better sort of discussion and dialogue on this, and this is what it's about, and this is a great week to do that. So thank you very much. I'd also like to recognize my staff. I'm going to start with Mr. Geraldo Van. So tudo bem and obrigado, sir, because this is his 20th year being in this office. By the way, I don't think, David, you mentioned you were part of the original board of the World Trade Center up here, and that was one of the polls that got us up here. So the godfather of the World Trade Center Association is sitting around over here. But I'd also like to acknowledge some of our friends, our co-partners at the U.S. Export-Import Bank, the Regional Director, David Josephson, my colleague. We have a great partner in international trade insurance. Where's Brett Carnay? Is she back here? No, she's a local up north. There you go, Brett. Right here. We've got export development. We've got all of our consulates, and I have to say thank you to the consulates. This is a binational, bilateral, and multilateral discussion. And even if you're not part of this agreement per se today, it might be tomorrow that we have a chance to discuss these opportunities. Lastly but not leastly, I have to introduce some of my other staff here. Jason Sproul, our Executive Secretary for the District Export Council. Who do we have over there? Got Erica Ramirez, and where is Cynthia Torres hiding out? There you go. And on behalf of the U.S. Department of Commerce, I'd like to say that it is our role to promote free and fair trade and to work with the local communities. And Kristen, I think you've taken advantage of all the assets of the Department of Commerce, which are not just trade promotion, but also economic development administration, our national organization of atmospheric agency, and our Census Bureau. And so these assets are here for our development here in the Central Coastal region. And I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the President of the United States. I get to do that. This is my third World Trade Week event in less than 24 hours. So it's got a cup of coffee. And so I think we're doing pretty good on time, so I'll leave it with that. And we'll be here for a while, and let's have a great dialogue and finish this up. And thank you again for just presenting a great World Trade Week. Thank you.
He's too busy to get here. So do we have any questions for our partners for the Department of Commerce and the DEC? Thanks again, that's real informative, and they have really been stellar partners. I didn't know when he speaks to the Department of Commerce, it does include the Economic Development Administration, and the port was the recipient of a $1.5 billion grant for a public works project here, so thank you for your support on that project. Improving market So now we're going to turn it over to our international partners to speak about some of the synergies and projects that we've been working on. And I'll take the opportunity here to introduce each of you and call you up, and then we'll also take an opportunity for the audience to ask questions. So first we're going to hear from our Consul of Mexico here in Oxnard, Ana Bernice Diaz Ceballos. She received her bachelor's degree in international relations from Universidad Iberoamericana, obtaining honorary mention in her thesis entitled Human Rights Conference, the Treatment of the Subject in the New International Context, winner of the first contest for the best thesis of human rights in 1995, summoned by the National Commission of Human Rights. Right on, right? designated as head consul in Oxnard, California in May 2013. She's held various positions in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Mexico. In 2005, she was appointed as Chief of Staff to the Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs responsible for the political relationship between Mexico and countries in Africa, Asia Pacific, Europe, and the Middle East. In this capacity, she also served as Sous Sherpa of Mexico for the Group of Five, and since 2007 as Sous Sherpa, am I saying that right? For the Group of 20, including during Mexico's presidency in 2012. She also was Deputy Director General for Global Issues, area responsible for coordinating Mexican international policy in multilateral and region fora on gender equality, human rights of persons with disabilities, migration, indigenous people, environment and natural resources, sustainable development, drugs control, and the fight against corruption and crime prevention issues. So please join me in welcoming Prince. He is in charge of the Commercial Trade Office of Ecuador in Los Angeles. We do have a port sister relationship with the Port of Bolivar. Ecuador has certainly been a stellar partner in trade. They're bringing many of our bananas come in through Ecuador, one of our largest trading partners. And as noted by our commissioner most recently, thank you for everything that you've done in partnering with the port so we can get much needed supplies to those in need in Ecuador after the earthquake there. So we look forward to your informing us on everything that's going on in Ecuador. So we'll start here with Mexico. Come on.
Hi, well, good afternoon. It's really a pleasure and an honor to be here with you in this trade week that is so important for everybody. And I want to thank the authorities of Port Hueneme for having invited the consulate to participate. I have a short presentation. Well, what is Mexico? Mexico is a democracy, one of the largest economies in the world, an example of macroeconomic stability, an open economy, a young, talented, and highly skilled people, a leader in advanced manufacturing, the next global logistic high-value-added hub, a world within a country, a reliable and attractive destination for investment. Here are 5 of the competitive advantages of Mexico. Our macroeconomic environment that has become very stable in the last years. We are the gateway to the Americas, to North America and South America also. We have a very large internal market, as we were saying. Now we have a middle class that is growing in Mexico. We have human capital and a very sophisticated economy. Bloomberg institution has said that Mexico will become the 8th largest economy by 2015. If that is true, China will be the first economy, the US the second economy, India, Indonesia, Japan, Germany, Brazil, Mexico, the UK, and France. So this is to give you an idea of the possibilities that Mexico has to grow for the future. We also have a strategic location and a time zone that is very good for trade. If we talk about NAFTA, we have the geographic proximity. No, I think that we talk a lot of what is happening in Asia. It's true that there are a lot of things going in Asia, but we also have to think about NAFTA, about the future of NAFTA, including the 3 countries, because it's worth more than 500 million people. Also, we have a cultural affinity with Latin America. We are a natural supplier for Latin American markets. And as you can see, if the letter is not very small, we have direct flights from Mexico to Los Angeles, Atlanta, Chicago, New York, Sao Paulo, Madrid, London, Tokyo, Beijing, and Shanghai. We are also a country with a great infrastructure. Mexico is the 3rd country with most airports in the world, 58 international airports, 63 border crossings, 68 ports for natural and domestic traffic, 16,070 40 miles of railroads, 234,260 miles of roads. We also are a very interesting export platform, as they were saying, the importance of having free trade agreements with different countries and different regions. Through our network, Mexico has privileged access to 46 countries, more than 1,200 million people. We have FTAs with 46 countries. We are a participating country in the TPP, and we have 6 economic complementation agreements. Mexico is a leader exporting in Latin America. If we sum up all the countries in Latin America, Mexico exports 73.5% of advanced manufacturers in the region. Also, we have 12 main Mexican exports to the world. Just to give you an idea, we selected the 12 most important exports. That will include light vehicles, auto parts and accessories, trucks, computers and parts, TVs, refrigerators and cooling systems, telephones and communications equipment, gold, medical and surgical instruments, furniture and parts, tractors and electrical conductors. Mexico is also a global leadership in aerospace, in electronics, in automotive and auto parts, and in IT communications. We produced 380 billion in exports in 2013, 50% in medium and high-tech manufacturers. We are also leaders in key sectors. We are the 4th of auto part exporters, the 5th in exporters of computers. Mexico is the largest exporter of two-door refrigerators with freezers. Mexico is the main exporter of medical devices in Latin America, the 10th exporter of cell phones. That becomes 380 billion in exports in 2013 for 50% in medium and high-tech manufacturers. All the exports that are produced in Mexico have an added value from the rest of the world. As part of NAFTA, we have more than 50 border crossings with the U.S. NAFTA market is $20.5 trillion US dollars. In the bilateral trade with the U.S., we have $2.3 million per million, 100,000 people and 200,000 vehicles crossing by the border every day. Mexico is the second largest buyer to the United States. If we compare it to China and Brazil, we buy 2 times more to the United States than China and 5 times more than Brazil. I'm going to skip this one. It has a little bit of information, but this one is, I don't want to take too much time, so I know we're really being a bit pressed by time. So I can share with you this information later on, but we also, there is a bilateral trade between Mexico and California that it has been growing steadily in the last years. Now here you see the total trade, the exports and the imports, and that there is a surplus of $18,250 million in 2015. Computer and electronic products exported to Mexico generate over $5.05 billion in revenue for California. Transportation equipment represents $2.6 billion in annual exports to Mexico, making Mexico the second export market of this sector. 93% of soups and 72% of grapes exported from the U.S. to Mexico are produced in California. 43% of video games are exported from California, go to Mexico every year. Here in this slide, you can see what are our main exports and our main imports from Mexico to California. As the main exports, we have transportation equipment, computers and electronics, agri-food, that I think that is a very important matter for this meeting. miscellaneous articles of raw materials, electric equipment and other parts, and other products. From main imports to Mexico from California are computers and electronics, transportation equipment, machinery, chemicals, electric equipment and parts, and other products. Here is, well, the main, I have been talking about the main areas that Mexico is, the sectors we're focusing in. And I just want to mention in the agro-food, we export flowers and plants, tobacco, livestock, meat and poultry, fishing and aquaculture, fruits and vegetables, processed foods, food industries, and beverages. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm ready if you want to have any kind of questions or you want to ask me something else. And really very thankful for being invited to participate in this event. Thank you very much.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm here representing Ecuador, the trade office now. First of all, in the name of the Consulate of Ecuador, an earthquake last night. So we couldn't make it, but fortunately, we don't have any damage. That's why we couldn't come today. I also like to thank Del Monte. We already shipped like 5 containers. We're way to Ecuador to work for Riva. So thank you guys for the support. So if Mexico had a pretty short presentation, I think mine shorter. Actually, I wasn't very sorry, but okay, let's see. The trade relation between Ecuador and US, talking about non-oil imports from USA. From 2011 to 2015, the growth of import slowed because of the safeguards we had in 2013. As we can see in 2013, imports from the US in terms of volume will be 10.03% and 8.51% respectively in 2013. After that, we got the safeguards, the imports increased. Talking about non-oil imports, during 2015, FOB imports from the US totaled 17.11% of Ecuador non-oil imports. During 2015, volume imports from the US totaled 16.17% of non-oil. Conclusion, as I was saying, during 2013, there was an increase of imports from US in terms of capital, so 10.03, and volume 8.1. Considering the FOB amounts, we may say that US is a very important provider of goods to the Ecuadorian economy, the main provider. During 2015, imports from USA in terms of value were like 10.82 and volume 34.72. They have been reduced, like I was saying, because of the safeguard measurements that we had in March 2015. The government now is working about these safeguards. If they continue according to what the OMC says, so we should inform of that. About exports, in 2015, there are 6 main products that total 90% of the total import to the USA. Oil and derivatives represent the 57.78% of total exports, while non-oil represents the 42%. During 2015, non-oil exports to USA decreased 11.80% compared to 2014. Our main product, which we export to the US, are gold, shrimp, banana, being the one import, the main import in the US, flowers, and cocoa. Here you can see the graph. The several products products that gather 80% of total non-oil exports to the U.S. Like I said, the main is gold, followed by shrimp, also banana, flowers, catfish, and fish. As a trade office in LA, we are looking forward to even increase our exports, promote our exports. No just cocoa, we want to sell also chocolates and other products that we are developing nowadays. Okay, conclusions. U.S. is the main trade partner for Ecuador. During 2015, represented the 39.3% of Ecuadorian exports, including oil exports. During 2015, USA represented 20% of the Ecuadorian non-oil exports, so the main partner as a country, because we are exporting also a good number to the European Union. There has been an increase of non-oil exports from 38.71 between 2013 and 2014. The products with higher price zones are shrimp, fish, and catfish. We actually are looking forward to have some stability in Ecuadorian economy, so like recover from the crisis we've been like these 2 years. That's why you're seeing the numbers. I invite you guys to work with our country too. Ecuador is not part of those agreements yet, but I hope like a trade office in the consulate here, we can talk about this and work together in the future. Thanks once again, Hueneme, for the invitation.
So thank you. So obviously a lot of trade and very important activity happening between America and our trade partners, trade partners in Ecuador and Mexico. So do we have any burning questions in the audience for our trade councils? So we're getting advanced a little bit here. But if there's a burning question, we'll take it. Get them afterwards. You don't have to. We're going to bring it up. So we're going to conclude our event here with what we've started is our Expert Achievement Award. And let's see here, where's Mr. Neal? You can stand, take a bow. It's my honor to announce that Sunfresh International is the recipient of this year's Export Achievement Award. With us today from Sunfresh is Mr. James Neal. He's the logistics manager with this company. In terms of a little background, Sunfresh International is a company most deserving of this recognition. Their origins began in the early 1950s when the owners began working in produce sales and marketing. It was in 1999, however, when dreams of opportunity brought separate individuals together, combining each of their strengths to form Sunfresh International. Sunfresh International's main office is located in Visalia, California, and is currently a sales and marketing company for fruits and vegetables, both grown in the U.S. and imported from Mexico and South America, as well as other growing regions around the world. Sunfresh exports approximately 680 loads of fresh fruit annually through the Port of Hueneme on Del Monte vessels to Central and South America. I'd like to take this opportunity to have Chuck Hawkins take a stand in the back. There's our Del Monte. In this export trade. Sunfresh's most popular exports are the grapes. In particular, the Blanc seedless variety, marketed as pristine, also grown in California. Other exports include apples and stone fruit. Sunfresh International employs enlightened labor and food safety practices, advanced post-harvest technology, and environmentally friendly packaging. To ensure advanced traceability protocols, Sunfresh International utilizes in-house climate-controlled packaging facilities. We are most pleased that Sunfresh International chooses to move its product on Del Monte vessels through the Port of Hueneme, and we hope to continue this relationship with this outstanding customer. So if I could invite our Harbor Commissioner, Marianne Rooney, to come up and present the plaque to Mr. Neely. Mr. Neely, if you could all come to stage front center here. And I'll turn it over to the Commissioner.
keep this kind of short. I know we're running over on time, but first of all, I'd like to thank Port Hueneme for giving us this award. It is a great achievement to our hard work that we do at Sunfresh. First of all, I'd like to thank our fruit suppliers for making this possible as well. Luminaire 81, thanks Earl. I'd like to thank our trucking community, which includes Channel Islands. Thanks, Steve. Del Monte, of course. I haven't met you guys, but maybe I can meet you guys afterwards. I'd like to thank our people from Mexico and Ecuador, who are our trade partners. Thank you so much for coming and talking about what's going on in your neck of the woods. So, thank you so much.
So my commissioner passed me over a joke, so if I don't deliver it, it's on her, okay? So we had packed a lot of information into our lunch today. Hopefully, it has been fruitful for all of you. All right. But I'd like them all to stand if they're here. Like Will, Donna, I don't know, John, DeMersa, Evelyn, Christina. Hats off to you guys. So with that, we'll close our event. Stick around, network. Really privileged to have you all here again. We couldn't get anything done without your support and leadership. So thank you and have a wonderful day. And celebrate trade!